Good afternoon. Here you can view. You can also take your device. Shivan, Kalsi, Abhishek, Nitesh, Tatpal, Anurag Sharma, Prabhat. So passing data between activities. Passing data between activities is today's topic. Have your view on it. Given the title. Okay. Passing data from one activity to another activity is the concept today. Yesterday, we saw passing between multiple activities, and what we discussed in the class yesterday, that project also now available in the Google Drive projects folder. You can have a view on it and you can take for your reference. See, this is the folder. So activity, demos, session, presentation. The 2 activities are also available and 3 activities switch over. These 2 are this week demonstrated projects. Hope is my voice is audible. Just respond me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I hope this particular Google Drive link. Have you seen the mail? It's available. It is shared with you. What projects we did up to now? These are all available in it. And today, the same indent we are using and collecting the data from a edit text box. And by pressing a button click event, we are sending the text what we collected in the text box to the another activity by setting a text views text, edit text, and the title of the second activity. In these places, we are planning to place the data what we are collecting in the activity 1 under a text box. So now you can see this design is having a text box and a button. Text box is given with ET as ID and hint is provided. Second, in the same activity, one more button, name it accordingly. ID I have given PDSA. If you are placing this after collecting the name, or you are pressing this button in our second activity, I'm having a text view with the ID TV, and I'm having one more edit text ET1. Okay. Still, I didn't completed the verification. How many of you completed that switching between activities of the yesterday's task? Yes, Abhishek, Aditya, Chaudhary. Any other? So daily follow unless the weekend you sit and work all the practices what we did in the 3 days of particular week. It's very essential. Yeah, check how far it's working. Then we will go for the demonstration. Here the validation is not provided, so it's working fine. In the second activity, the title action bar, what we have given, that's working, and in the edit text box it's working, and text view we have to check. Yes, it's working fine. I'm going to make the correction on it. I'll show you. Very good. It's working fine. This passing data between activities is today's concept. Create one new project by specifying your name, any name of the project, application specific name you provide. In the main activity window, you provide one edit text and one button. What name we are providing here, after pressing this button in the second activity, after you have to insert this empty activity, you know the procedure in which you place one text view as well as edit text along with the action bar which is in the title. That action bar title we are changing with the collected input from the activity 1, as well as the text values of text view and edit text are provided with the collected value in the activity 1. That's the concept by which from one activity to another activity we can transfer the data. Very clear? How many of you listening actively the logic behind this application? Who understood or facing any doubt? You can respond in the chat window. If you're not providing anything, I agree myself and assume you are very much clear in the discussion. Your 29 members are there. Your response is needed. Yeah, only one response it reached. Here's Abhishek, Satvik Chandan. It's a simple, already the indent passing or switching between activities we discussed. You are supposed to cooperate and respond me, then it will be very energetic for me to deliver the content, unless I will assume and move. See, from one activity, that's the main activity what we are having. When you are creating a new project, default, this XML file will be generated in which we are placing one edit text where it will be. This is the text you click, the plain text. Previously we used number. This exercise we are supposed to use this plain text because string value alone we are going to alphanumeric keypad has to be displayed. That's the reason we are using this. If only numbers are needed, you can use this particular edit text. Then you place a button, provide the ID values of these two widgets. Then the manipulation logic, I will say the same, this ID what you have given, PDSA and ET. The same you declare it with another variable, button variable name. Then you link that with the corresponding XML ID, what we used, link it. Then under the button click event, PSDA is a button widget. Under this click event, this procedure you know clearly, set on click listener and view. Declare a variable, string variable to collect the edit text value what you are entering. That name is nothing but from the widget, that is the edit text box, get text to string. What value you are entering while pressing the button, that value is assigned on the string variable name. And as usual, our indent process, from past 2 days, we are discussing about this indent, new indent, main activity to, it has to move to second activity. I have given the name for this as collector activity, how you are supposed to insert in the sense, select the layout folder, new activity, select the empty activity. When it asks the name, you change according to this name or your specific name. Data collector activity I have mentioned here. So from main activity to collector activity, it has to move in such a time that indent I, what we declared, this I dot put extra, we are collecting a pairs of string variables. This small is not declared anywhere in this Java file. This is the syntax of this put extra built-in function, where this name is a particular entity that collects the value called name, what we declared as a string data, and assigned here to collect the edit text value. So this name, now it is substituted in this particular value, along with it starts the second activity. That's a very simple logic. Now you can, if you're, how many of you working with the laptop? No need to put in the chat box. You can unmute and say. Yeah. Good respond in time wise. You sit with the device and it's very easy. Only 2 widgets you are inserting. Values you provided. In fast track, you can do that. A new string variable we are declaring under this click event procedure, and that particular variable, string variable, is assigned with the what value we are collecting from this particular text box. That value is assigned to this, and same procedure from one activity to another activity, how the indent is processed in such a way that the source and destination, these two are provided. Then with the help of this indent, I dot put extra, that's a built-in function to pass the value from one activity to another activity. This is a second activity to take the value from this main activity to second activity. That particular variable is named. It's given with small with double quotes, and original value of this activity, what you entered, is available under this string variable. Now with this pair, it starts the second activity. We are having two activities in our design. Are you working on it? Good. So keeping the next week, possibly I will try to cover the theory concepts more. This week completely we took for practicals. Okay, you work along with, now you complete your attendance process. Akash Chopra. Akash. Okay. Is the screen is visible to you?
Yes.
How many of you working with the device right now? Just 30 seconds. You respond me. I hope 5 or 6 members are working with the device. Remaining are just listening the session. Okay, now this is over for this particular. Then come to the second activity. In that layout file, we are placing two widgets. One is text view. You can see that I have given the ID as TV, and this is the edit text, and this is given as 81. So in the last execution, this particular widget is not shown properly. So I am correcting that issue. Okay, now it will be displayed. And here the text inside the hint text is now wrapped. Layout width, you make it wrap content, and height also wrap content. Accordingly, it will change. It's the correction, only the constraints I cleared and did. And see the Java file in it, what we are supposed here. There is no click event we are having. We are not having any button. When from one point to another, it's moving. The indent is changing. It has to display the collected text on the title of this particular activity. Then on this text view, on this edit text. In the execution, we saw this place on the title bar, it's shown. Once again, I'm verifying the execution. The meanwhile, you design accordingly. Now see the title bar. Title is provided with passing data between activities. That's the first activity, main activity, in which we are having edit text. Some name. Make use of very big name. Okay. Now I am using this pass data to the second activity. The first activity is this one. I haven't given any information display. That's the second activity. In further next after this execution, I will put one text view for that information. Yeah. See the title bar and the text view and in the edit text. The collected value from the first activity, it is placed on it. Come to this and we'll see the code. We can place a text view. Okay. Let's see how it accepts. Yeah, it accepts. So if it's moving like this in the sense, with and height. We can rearrange. As discussed yesterday, you can provide the background color and the font color also we can change. and text alignment. Check. This is sufficient at this point. Save this. This is in the second activity, and this is here. The second activity, Java code. Come to here. We are having only two widgets. One is text view and edit text. For these two, the variables we declared. One more string variable we are in need. From there, what we are passing, that value to be collected in this activity. For that, we are having the string variable in the name of get name. This is a default block which will be available here. And these two, text view and edit text, these two are linked with the XML IDs. Come to this area. For this particular text view widget, we have given TV, and for the edit text, we have given ET1. Now with the reference to this TV and ET1, we have linked the declared variables of specific widgets. Then here we are using the same indent, and variable is J. Through get indent built-in function, what is passed from the main activity, that is collected and stored in the variable J. Then get name, the variable what we declared here, that variable is assigned with this indent dot get string extra built-in function, just the name what we passed in this main activity as a pair. In this built-in function syntax, put extra we sent, and we have not declared in this Java. This is a pair, this is a string value. This collected edit text value is assigned in this variable. That value is passed under this name, small name. And we are at this stage, we are collecting on the particular string value what we passed. That's now this get name is having the value from the edit text. Whatever we are providing, that will be assigned in the get name. Thereafter, assignment statements. This is action bar, set title, get name. This DV, that's a text view. We are assigning the same name. And this is the edit text, for which also we are assigning. These three are the assignment statements, nothing wrong. At this particular statement itself, within these two statements, what we passed, that is collected. The collected value is stored on a separate string variable, and we are making use for our manipulation. It's a string value, we know, but any data can be transferred in such a way for your bit in between the activities. I hope at this point, how many of you listening actively? Respond me. If you're not responding, I will move other thing. If you're facing any doubts, you can also ask or type in the chat box. If participants are actively presenting, how many of you working with two devices on a single name? Abhishek is working on such a way. Okay, nothing wrong. So 34 members are available. Anurag Sharma, Anurag Patel, Aditya Chaudhary. So cooperate with me and respond with me and know further things near soon within this month end. You may be ready to work with little complex projects because you are young and energetic mindset candidates and you can achieve and you can explore, but time won't be present. Allot your time every day for this learning and practicing. If you manage your time for this learning and practicing, within a month, you will be an eminent candidate in development. I'm having so many projects to done with social welfare or in-house application also we can create. Once you are trained properly, you are equipping yourself properly, I can also involve you in this engage itself with a complex and interesting projects. It's your interest. You are supposed to come ahead still until this month end. You sit with the training. Explain again from indent. So J is the indent declaration. Under this J, we are collecting the intent, get intent function, which is passed from this first activity, main activity. So indent I, that's a new indent from main activity to second activity only for source and destination to move. This particular is using this particular function and this assignment statement is used. Then with the help of declared intent I, along with only it's not moving from one screen to another screen. It collects the value, put extra under this string value. This is called a pair. Put extra is a built-in function. It's having pair of strings. One is to collect the current activity value what you are passing. If it's a string, that's why we are putting the new value within double quotes. If it's other data type, there is no need of this particular double quotes is not needed. We can transfer string data, integer data, or floating point data. Accordingly, the data can be passed from one activity to another. This is sent along with when you are starting the new activity from the main activity to the second activity. While transition from one screen to another, we are sending a value which is collected under the string variable name. That's nothing but edit text. This particular text box information we are transferring. At the time of collection, it moved to the second activity. In such a place, these three are just assignment statement. No need to concentrate much and more. Here, we are declaring a new indent under this activity to collect the indent, what it is transferred. If there is no data is transferred, no need to initiate or declare this J variable. Here we are collecting the indent. J is having a string value in it. That string value is now assigned on a new variable what we declared in the second activity in the name of get name. J dot get string extra. This is provided over there. This get string extra is the syntax. What is passed under this indent, that value will be stored on this particular variable. If we collected that, with the help of that, we can manipulate the data based on our need. In this particular second activity, the need is to provide the second activity action bar title as the collected name. Then a text view will be placed on the text view, the collected value to be presented. And edit text, we are having the collected string data to be placed on the edit text. This is for the example point of view, how the data from one activity we collected, the same data, how we are making use in the another activity. So 3 places we placed that name and we entertained. Now one more text box we have given for the information displayed. Now we will run this and check whether it is displaying properly. And these are all hard coded text. Up to now, we have not provided any. Prior to that, we will make the hard coded text into string value. For that, go to the code. Data passed here still exists in the hard coded text. Data passed here. That's all. It's over. Now I'm running this project. Today evening, I'll send the lecture notes and the information what we discussed in with detail, along with the project folder will be placed on the Google Drive, which is shared with you. Now you can see this. Okay, pass data to the second activity. If spelling mistake in the name is present, don't bother about that. So the action bar title, everything. Now it's assigned during the development as a hint, it will be present. Now for this, I have not provided any validation. The validation part we have to include for this application. Anybody want to say something? Listen, whose mic is in on? Karthik. Mute the mic. Yeah, it's giving. And there is no validation is provided in it. Now we'll check without any value. If you pass as a hint, it is available. Enter your name. it doesn't have any value in it. What happens? Just what we designed as it is, it shows. So we are supposed to provide the validation at this point. Without any string data, we are not supposed to process. Even we'll give a 34. Yeah, good. Sorry, sir. Okay, nothing. I won't take anything serious. Patmesh, you leave that. You concentrate on the content presented. Your cooperation is needed. The full-fledged learning and interest to be created for that purpose. I'm moving little slow, concentrated. Now we are having a manipulation of any numerical values collected and it can be performed. Arithmetic operation, single click, multiple manipulation steps can be performed in a single click. Then a simple calculator application we saw. From one activity to another activity, how more than one activity we can include in our project, that we saw. Then how we can move from one activity to another by means of an even procedure by clicking or touching or double click providing on the particular activity we saw. Today, from one activity to another activity, how the data can be transferred, passed, that we saw right now with simple, totally 4 or 5 new code lines we have seen. I hope this is the right time for taking the attendance. And respond your attendance. Yesterday attendance also you verify based on your Zoom information. I marked present and absence. You can see the screen. Akash Chopra, absent. Anurag Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Then Jatin Preet Singh.
Yes, sir.
Saklani. This entire week he was absent.
Sir, Kshitij sir, present, sir.
Saklani present.
Yes, sir, I was present yesterday also.
Ah, you see and say, I have to mark it in other color. Okay. Then Bharatwaj.
Sir, Nitesh bhi
Yes,
present.
Okay, Akash Chopra, just wait. Akash Chopra will change and come back. Okay, now Bharatwaj present.
yes, sir.
Good. Vanshita,
Present, sir.
yesterday you were absent.
Sir, आप ऊपर नीचे लगा रहे हैं present.
Prashant Bharatwaj, okay. Nitesh Katwal, present or absent?
Present, sir, present.
Good, good. That's why you are getting disturbed. Vanshita present. Harinderjit present. Harinderjit Singh.
Yes, present, sir. Harinderjit Singh.
Good, good. Raghav Chandal.
Present, sir.
Raha Mittal. Mittal absent. Aditya Pushpam.
Present, sir.
Yesterday you were absent.
Sir, I was present, but at last 10 minutes, my connection got lost.
Okay, I'm making based on your information right now.
Thank you, sir.
Hitesh Chan. Hitesh. Absent.
Sir, एक क्वेश्चन था.
Sir, क्या
508
question? 508. Hitesh Chan present. Okay. Then Prabal.
Present, sir.
Unmute your mic. Don't create such noises. Then Shamal. Shamal absent. Then Anurag Patel.
Present, sir.
Good. Ayush.
Present, sir.
Good. Aditya Chaudhary.
Present, sir.
Good. Then Aryan.
प्रेजेंट है सर, वो उसका माइक नहीं वर्क कर रहा.
Okay, good, good, good. Kartik Thakur.
सर प्रेजेंट बट मैं लास्ट सर पिछले दिन भी मैं प्रेजेंट था.
Very good. This has to be. Okay. Then Prakshit. Absent. Then Shubham.
सर प्रेजेंट सर, उसका माइक नहीं वर्क कर रहा.
Good, good. Help him like that. Utkaresh Roy. Utkaresh absent. Anuj Kumar. Absent. Asantosh Kumar.
प्रेजेंट सर.
Good.
सर मैं कल प्रेजेंट था.
पता ना, गलत नहीं. जूम मीटिंग अटेंडेंस लेते समय ऐसा ही आएगा, इसलिए तो डेली आई एम टेकिंग इन मैनुअल मोड. कर्णिक कुमार.
Yes, sir.
प्रथमेश.
करा था क्या?
प्रथमेश.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
गुड. शिवांश कलसी.
यस सर.
गुड. ऋतिक वर्मा इज रेगुलर एब्सेंट. देन याशिका अरोरा.
Present, sir.
सात्विक चंदन.
वंशज आगे ना जाए.
प्रेजेंट सर.
वंशज आगे ना जा.
एब्सेंट सर.
हाँ या
रास्ता
Present,
मिल
sir.
जाए आगे.
वंशज. वंशज एब्सेंट. अभिषेक ठाकुर.
वंशज का नेटवर्क इश्यू है सर.
Say the name. Vanshaj, present.
यस सर वंशज.
सर वो सर बिजी है ट्रैफिक में.
Okay, okay. Vanshaj present. Traffic में, this means how he is attending the session.
मोबाइल से सर कॉलेज जा रहा है ना, बुलाया है.
Okay, okay, okay. Good, good. Abhishek Thakur.
Present, sir.
Good. Then Niharika.
Present, sir.
Good. Hitesh Kumar.
Present, sir.
Tavish Verma.
Present, sir.
Tushar Rana.
Present, sir.
Abhinav Thakur.
Present, sir.
Present. Abhinav Thakur. Isha Agarwal. Absent. Tushar Shekhar.
प्रेजेंट सर.
Uday.
Present.
Uday also present. Nitish.
प्रेजेंट सर.
Okay, absentees are Rahul Mittal, Shaman, then Prakshit, Anuj Kumar, Asantosh Kumar, Hrithik Verma, and finally Isha Agarwal. These candidates are absent today, and yesterday present candidates are Saklani. Those are reported. Kartik Thakur.
यस सर.
Yeah, one more Asantosh Kumar. Okay, today the session is over, and within evening I will send you the lecture notes, and daily you allot time for the practicing purpose. Okay, thank you. You can disconnect one by one. Make recording. Oh, okay, Akash, but today I will send you. Please make it. Yesterday I sent last 2 days recording. I hope one day we missed or both the day I sent. Okay, yeah, welcome. Welcome. You can disconnect from the session. I'm going to terminate the session. Thanks to all.